Hey guys, welcome to T Soul Podcast, where we are speaking from the soul. On today's topic for this episode, we're going to discuss relationships. Listening to others outside of your relationship. That is the topic for today. Now, I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. We're going to get down to it. Because I know some of y'all get tired of other people being in your business, right? In your relationship. Your love relationship. But see, let's backtrack. Because I know some of y'all out there, let's keep it all the way 100. Some of y'all out there, and I ain't judging, because I done did it before too. You done told the wrong person about your relationship. Then here you go. One person knowing about your relationship, then the next person knowing. And then before you know it, the whole damn world know, right? Now, I'm not condoning, not being able to express yourself. But when we're dealing with listening to others outside of your relationship, you have to keep in mind people's true intentions, their true feelings towards you. Understanding if that person is truly your friend to determine if you should get any type of advice from that person. Because see, when you go and you ask for advice, a lot of times people will project their feelings onto you. And some may not even intentionally do that. Some may not even know that they're doing that. But in order to understand what you need to fix within your relationship with that person, you must understand your feelings. And if you don't understand your feelings, how the heck are you going to go and get some advice from somebody? Now, if you're talking about a counselor or something like that, that's fine. I'm specifically speaking about so-called friends, associates, people that you associate with. Because most of the time, people ain't got your best interest at heart. Let's just go on and keep it real. How many times has our relationships failed in the past because of what someone else said? Like my granny always saying, if you ain't, then get off the pot. Relationships are hard. Yes, they are. But relationships are filled with love. True relationships are filled with love. And if they're filled with love, then going through that hard patch in your relationship will allow you to get through to the good part of it. Ain't nobody say relationships was going to be easy. But see, what people got to understand, and I'm going to backtrack, when you truly know who you are and what you want, then you, on a soul level, then you can truly understand what you want your relationship to be. So therefore, when you get into a relationship, I would have assumed or have known that you have taken the time to know who you were, to know what you'll accept and what you wouldn't accept. And let's just keep it real. Everybody don't think the same. Everybody don't talk the same, and everybody don't walk the same. You got to understand a person's love language, right? Understanding your love language and the other person's love language. It consists of actually knowing who you are. So you have to truly ask yourself, even before we listen to others pertaining to others outside of the relationship, before we get advice from others about our relationship, we have to understand who we are. Who are you? Ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? If you can't answer that question, then you need to reevaluate yourself. Trust me, I'm not harping, boo. I'm only telling you this through experience. Sometimes relationships will have you putting out more and more and more and getting less. Or not even getting anything at all. I mean, if you take it as a shot, if the shoe fit, then wear it. But I'm not here to, demean anyone. This is not what this podcast is for. This podcast is to teach and inspire, but to also speak from the soul. Come on now. Y'all know y'all done got heartbroken plenty of times. The same ones who walk around here talking about ninjas ain't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm only trying to dummy down the words. Men ain't nothing. Women ain't nothing. Women full of sugar, honey, iced tea. Men full of sugar, honey, iced tea. But you got to think, if you have dealt with, every person that you have dealt with made you feel like that, then you have to look at the common denominator and know, okay, well, I keep picking the wrong woman every time, or I keep picking the wrong man every time. So it got to be something within me that needs changing. My attitude. And we're going to talk about that on the next episode. Attitudes. That goes for men and women. But we ain't gonna discuss that on this episode. We ain't gonna discuss the attitudes on this episode. We'll wait till the next episode, okay? But now, for real, in order to understand yourself, you gotta give yourself self-love. Self-love. I'm gonna say it again. Self-love. How can you really give someone else love if you don't have any self-love for you? Any self-love. Like, if you can't give no one else love if you don't give love to yourself. Because that means if there's no love within yourself, then you're empty. So if you're empty inside, how are you giving? What? Time and attention? Sex? That ain't nothing. That's why I encourage you, and anyone out there listening, understand your love language. They got Google. You can Google understanding love language. Understanding my love language. Us women, when we're younger, we dream about the white picket fence and, the husband and the 3 cars or the 2 cars and the 2-car garage. Okay, that's all fine and good, right? But if you're already planning what you want as far as love, then you never gave love to yourself to begin with. See, you can dream all you want. But in order to dream, you have to work for that dream, right? It's the same thing. You got to work for love. Working for love doesn't mean putting other people first before you. No. Loving, having a dream of a loving family, having that dream of a loving family consists of giving love to yourself. And loving yourself involves you knowing yourself. Knowing your worth. Now, some people say, well, knowing your worth is knowing what you're not going to put up with. Well, that ain't all. Understanding your worth is knowing who you are. Knowing what your life purpose is. Knowing what kind of love you would give, knowing what kind of love you want to receive. Setting a firm foundation for yourself. Knowing, okay, well, by me embracing myself and embracing the love that I have for myself and setting goals for myself, being at a certain level in my life, I know what I want at the moment. See, you can't build a foundation with nothing. You can't build a foundation with lack of self-love. But when you elevate and you get to a point where you know who you are and you know your worth and you know what you want in life and you actually attain those goals according to your goal set plan, then anything coming towards you, you'll know if that's worth your time or not. And that is knowing your self-worth. That is knowing your self-worth. Okay, that was the omen. See, we have to understand how to embrace our own selves. It don't matter if you're fat. It don't matter if you're skinny. It don't matter if you're in between. It doesn't matter if you have short hair, long hair, weave, no weave, bald head, haircut, dreads. It doesn't matter. You better embrace yourself, love on yourself, care and nurture yourself, because ain't nobody going to do that better than you. Now, when you do get into a relationship, that other person is going to know how you take care of yourself. So they may not automatically take care of you like you take care of yourself, but they're going to try to. They're going to put forth the effort. And that is showing them your self-worth. That is showing them that you have self-love. So now, with all that being said, it's okay to get a little help from the outside. I'm not saying that. In my opinion, it's good to get an outside opinion only if that outside opinion has your best interest at heart. Only if that outside opinion has been through what you have gone through in the relationship, which would cause you to ask for help. Only if that outside person can relate. See, you can have a person that has been through it, but not necessarily regained confidence in the relationship, or they may have walked away from the relationship. But if by them experiencing that, they can tell you what they've been through, whatever that situation is that pertains to the idealistic theory of, the thought of, basically the thought of getting help with whatever situation that may be. But see, again, it goes to understanding your worth. And I'm just going to say it. Us women, we can be very independent. Yes, we can. But knowing how to be interdependent in a relationship and not being codependent in a relationship. Now, if you're single and you're independent, that is fine. But when you get into a relationship, let's just be honest, you have to have interdependent. Meaning knowing how to cut off the independency when your spouse is around. Because, see, it's a team effort. Teamwork. Not 50-50. Not 80-20. 100-100. And not be codependent. So on the next episode, we're going to talk about attitudes. And we're also going to talk about codependency, interdependent. and independent. All right, y'all. I'm out.